me ask you, as part of gun laws, a lot of other countries actually have a national gun registry. Is that something you could ever see happening here in the United States? Would gun rights supporters allow for that, for us to keep track of weapons and who owns them?
I wish the answer were yes. Unfortunately, I don't think that the answer is that. I think that, we've seen...
Why is that such a problem? I mean, we register our cars, we register so many other things. Why would it be a problem for us to register our guns in a national database?
It shouldn't be, but look at it this way. Even after the Las Vegas mass shooting, the worst shooting that we've ever had in this history, we haven't seen any movement at all to get rid of bump stocks. The low-hanging fruit that everyone publicly seems to agree we need to do something about, they can't even get that done. I can't see for the life of me the political will and the courage being in place from policymakers right now to go as far as a national registry, even if it makes sense, even if it would save lives. There's just
imagine if
movement.
the Vegas gunman we had tracked all of his rifles that he'd owned, whether or not that would have prevented it. Let me ask you this really quickly, Kurt. And the NRA, clearly a big reason for why a lot of politicians don't stand up to the gun lobby. At least that's the general consensus here. Why do you think no one has actually ever taken on the NRA and stand up and say, you know what, I'm actually going to... We don't know if they would fail or not in their political careers if they stood up to the gun lobby, do we?
Well, we don't, and I think at the end of the day, the answer is they're cowards. I mean, there's just a real lack of courage politically. It's the same lack of courage that's allowed Donald Trump and the Steve Bannons of the world to hijack what used to be the Republican Party, which is now a party that's standing by an alleged child molester. So the lack of courage is alarming, but again, it bleeds over to other issues. If they're not going to stand up to Trump, if they're not going to defend women, if they're not going to stand up for children, if they're not going to stand up for innocents being slaughtered, I don't expect them to stand up for better laws.
Especially after Sandy Hook. Louis, let me ask